Hi, I'm Chase.
I'm Dee.
And this is The Objective Perspective. We're going to talk about news and what we've been playing this week. So are you excited?
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
that's like the amount of level of like excitement I kind of want for this, which is just like, I don't know, which is like, yeah, that's about right how I
I'm sure
feel.
Joe is usually much more excited, but I am not Joe.
Joe is like, well, let's break down this podcast real quick before hopping into news here. So Joe's excited because he wants to talk about what videos is, but at the beginning he's tired because he just did his podcast the hour before. So it's like his podcast and our podcast. So he's like, what he wants, he's like, you host it, Chase. So I'm the host of it. He's just there for the ride most of the time. So I'm a big man on campus. I'm running this show. And he's just there for the ride. He just likes to talk about his own shit, which he doesn't get to do on his own podcast, which might be the funniest part about his podcast. But let's break into our first news topic of the day, which is Dolphin, the emulator for GameCube and Wii, is now lets you port into the Wii Shop channel somehow, which they have not. I think they've described how if you go through all their patch notes and stuff, but I'm not. It's Gremlins. I'm not technology literate at all, so I'm not even going to try to figure out how they did it. But you can buy Wii games. Wii and probably GameCube games through the Wii Shop channel and demos and everything and get them onto your Dolphin emulator, which is just the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I think it's amazing.
This is amazing. It's like, it's like not the greatest things. I just want it for free. If I'm already emulating games, I just want it for free at that point too. But like you can get demos. I mean, you can get old games, you can get new games. Like this is nuts and completely illegal. I also want to point this out. This is totally and completely illegal through like multiple realms. I don't care as much because like if you're not already have a
We're not advocating this. We're just saying it is a thing.
I mean, we did just say it's totally awesome and we totally love it, but like, we're not advocating for it. We just think it's totally cool and if you want to try it out, hey, here's a website link. So I think this is pretty interesting and coolish. I think this is going to be like this could be the nail in the coffin for them if Nintendo decides to pursue legal things. It's like there's no way to get around this.
I mean, you still have to buy the games though. I think
you still have to buy. So the games.
It's not like they're losing revenue really. Because if you have an emulator, you're probably not going to buy a Wii or a GameCube, especially since those consoles are like obsolete now.
Well, you're not. Well, the GameCube part doesn't matter because it's the Wii Shop channel. The GameCube didn't have a Wii Shop channel, unless they did. That would be that would be the craziest thing of all. The future's now. But I don't know if they are making new Wiis anymore. They might be. I've not checked for if they've I think they have canceled the Wii series.
Why would
probably.
they though?
We sold so well, and it's cheap now, like all those cheap games for it.
I guess.
Like I guess you just be buying pre-owned through GameStop at that point.
Yeah.
I would assume that they probably will care about this though, because like it's someone going into their platform and being like, hey, we're using your platform stuff for our own like thing.
But it's still extra money they could be making.
But I think like if you don't allow us, more people will start doing it, and then again some murky waters if they don't like make it stand now.
Buy out the Dolphin people.
Buy the Dolphin people, keep the emulator running. And then get rid of the emulator. They don't want an emulator. They'll buy their GameCube stuff.
Okay, what they do is they buy out the emulator and then
they buy emulation itself.
Yes.
Because they own.
And then they make it so that you have to buy the emulator. So then if you want to play the games on your PC, you can.
That's true.
But you just make it cheaper than like a Wii would be.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, like.
Like how like with Crunchyroll, they used to be like an illegal streaming site, and then they were like, we're gonna be legit. I mean, I don't think they were bought out by a bigger company, but they like went legit, and then like now it's okay.
I guess they could definitely try to go legit, which would this would be the weirdest thing because Nintendo is in a weird spot. I think the Switch is selling well. I've heard it's been like starting off it's selling well. We don't know how long this will last. We don't know if this is. I think it's too early to even tell if Nintendo's doing good or not yet. It's just far too early for any of that stuff. But what they could probably be like, hey, we're going to sell GameCube games on here. Like, if they went legit, I think Nintendo would think about it, but I think they want to keep everything in their own house instead of, like, branching out to third-party stuff too much. Because they're already trying to do it with the iPhone. They might want to be like, sell your games on the computer, but only through Dolphin would be, like, a really crazy, weird thing that I would be into. But I don't know if they'll do that,
I mean, I don't really have anything more intelligent to say about this.
See, everything I've already said, like, this is just interesting and cool, I think. More than anything than, like, I think there's going to be a story coming out of this, maybe, or it's just all going to go under the rug and nothing's going to be talked about again.
I feel like that's more likely, honestly.
I think there's going to be more to come out of this, but, like, I don't think it'll be as big as, like, what's happening right now. It may just be like, hey, we just shut it down, or hey, something happened, or B, it doesn't actually work, they patched it. Like, they could just patch it and then it'd be all fucked again. Like, it took them forever to get this working. They had no idea how it even worked sometimes. Or, like, we thought everything worked and we did it, like, for a week and then it worked suddenly. We don't know why. And, like, that's what they said. And you're like, okay, well, that's weird. But they're going to try to, I think they're going to try to keep pushing at this and see if they can get up to the next emulation.
At some point, they won't be able to afford the blood sacrifices anymore.
The
Gremlins are going to quit.
That's when the Gremlins quit. Wait, so Gremlins run on blood sacrifices?
Why not? Like... Yes, I guess.
See, I just think
what happened? Like, there was a movie Gremlins, right? And there was like, did they eat people? I don't remember.
Was the Gremlins the film about when they? No, is Gremlins the one where you feed them after midnight and they turn into Mogwai?
I think so.
That's Gremlins, right?
Never mind.
You have to feed them after midnight. Then that's what it does. He gave them food after midnight.
So it doesn't have to be blood then.
No,
I don't know why.
It doesn't have to be blood.
I always.
Are you okay?
No.
What's with you and blood?
I don't know.
They're just called Mogwais, and you feed them after midnight, and they become evil gremlins. And the second one is Hulk Hogan. I haven't seen
this movie in years and years, so I don't know why you'd expect me to remember the plot for this.
Well, I mean, I just remember because like I've had it forced down my throat 100 times now. That like
you just like listen to a lot of bad movie podcasts or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's like an old standby.
Wait, stop, pull back. Gremlins is a good movie, and Gremlins 2 is also a good movie. I don't hear this bad talk about Gremlins all of a sudden. Those films are all right. Bad movies are like The Dark Knight, if you want to get real mean about it. So, next thing on the docket is something I listened to during the spring break, was JonTron just saying a whole bunch of racist shit.
You're an actual crazy person.
Yeah, so what happened was
JonTron is an actual crazy person.
Yeah, he's like an actual literal crazy racist person. Like, he's a literal old racist grandpa, but...
No, he's not an old racist grandpa. We can't just keep, like, perpetuating the stereotype that all racists are old people, because there are a lot of young racists, as proven by JonTron's existence.
But, like, it's like the same shit old racist grandfather said, that, like, an old racist grandfather said, but new people are saying it now. Like, racists aren't going away. Like, as bad as it is.
My point.
Yeah, I agree with you completely that. And I think we have also, like, a problem with, like, young white men are being radicalized through online forum shit, which like no one talks about, but like holy fuck, like this is like it's like the purest form. Like you got that pure crystal meth, this is the pure racism distilled down perfectly, and you're like, holy shit, how did this happen? But so he debated a guy named Destiny who'd been streaming and doing internet stuff for like 4 or 5 years, and got on there and debated him about I think it was immigration policy what they were talking about, because of course it would be immigration policies about the economic ramifications.
Because you'd ask a white rando about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was more like you're saying this, and he's like, don't say that. Like, JonTron's like, I'm gonna say some weird shit, like, you can't found our. I think he was defending someone's quote about you can't found our nation on the back of people that aren't our babies.
Yeah, it was something. Who was it? It was some White House person who said.
Some like what?
He said we can't further a civilization with someone else's babies,
or
something like that, which was some crazy bullshit.
Some real crazy bullshit, which was like, all right, cool. And then like he was defending that.
And now neo-Nazis are like taking that, and those are their 15 words now. It's like their new thing.
Good, cool. Neo-Nazis taking everything. And so JonTron was defending that, and Destiny's like, why on Twitter was like, why are you defending that? They got a little Twitter thread, and then he's like, oh, come on my show, we'll talk about it. And he did, and I'm gonna pull out just a few choice quotes because they're so good. So here's the first one. This is the most famous one that came out of this because it's just fucking crazy. And I can remember most of these as I watched this. But he goes, wealthy blacks commit more crimes than poor whites. That's a fact. And like that's it. Then he went and walked up.
Facts in a post-fact world.
Yeah, that's one. He goes. There, and then he's talking about whites. They are not being killed. They're being displaced. You're the same guy who says that Europeans displace the Native Americans, but apparently when other people do it to white Americans, it's okay because fuck white people.
Where are white people going? They're not displacing anybody. They're killing people.
They're disappearing.
They're disappearing. Just into the ether.
Yeah, just they're gone. There was.
Have you noticed how few white people there are?
There was once a suburb here. It's gone now. So he said that because fuck it. He goes, why is it when Chinese were trying to colonize Tibet? Why was that a save Tibet situation? But when it's white people, I'm using an analogy to try to give it parallels so you can see the hypocrisy. And like people were like, why was it?
I don't think you understand the situation.
I think there's always a problem, and I think this is with like white nationalists, with leftists too. Sometimes I think the people on both sides are very radicalized. Always they compare America to other places way too much, And I think that's a problem. Is America problems are so much more American, and Chinese problems are so much more focused on like you can't like there's some truths like maybe universal healthcare is good for everyone. That should just be like a human. That should be a morality thing we should all agree on.
Oh man,
like,
that is a very controversial thing.
I know, and it shouldn't be because like I came from a very religious background. I'm not religious anymore, but like.
I came from Canada, so like that was how it was.
Yeah,
but here you don't say that shit. How dare you? That is blasphemy.
It's so crazy. But like I think we should all take care of each other. Fuck it, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a young moralist still, but and it's like you can't compare like American like social problems and like immigration economic problems to, like Chinese social immigration economic like they aren't compatible because we're so fucking different, especially America and China. Like it's just difference of like economic growth and how we came up and like it's still hard to even
and like racial dynamics and just everything. No, that just
it seems like America to France. Like those things are just so different now. Like, but you know. We can just compare anything, because who cares? Like, what's facts? I don't know. This is my favorite one. I don't recall Trump ever saying anything explicitly racist, which is like a choice quote. You know? like a whole presidential race founded on racism was like, no, I don't remember anything truly being said as a racism. When you're
see, it's like Schrodinger's racist, where like they'll say a racist thing, but they wait till they see your reaction before being like, oh, I'm joking, or yeah, by the way, those blacks, right?
But like, I don't even think like it's not even Schrodinger at this point. They're just like those blacks, right? They're not checking to see.
No,
what
you're
you
right.
feel.
At this point, they're just going straight to those blacks, right? And then later being like, no, I didn't say that. We're taking that out of context.
That was just satire. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's just satire.
They're so good. We've gotten rid of discrimination in our Western countries. I don't think we've gotten rid of discrimination. We've gotten rid of discrimination in our Western countries. If you don't think we've gotten rid of discrimination, you're living in a fantasy land, which is just mind-boggling.
I don't understand what he's trying to say.
He's saying, we've gotten rid of discrimination in the Western countries, all of them. He's like, and if you don't think that way, you're living in a fantasy land. You're just not living in a.
So the world with discrimination is a fantasy.
So the Eastern land, where all those dirty Muslims are coming from. That's where the discrimination is from. But here, where we can't let the Muslims in, it's a fantasy land. You fucking idiot! How does he not? How do you like set yourself up this high and fall so fast?
I mean, okay, there's like an incredible amount of mental gymnastics you have to do, like the level of cognitive dissonance. But like a lot of times you'll like think a dumb thing and then you say it out loud and you're like, oh wait, that's a dumb thing. But no, he just spent hours and hours saying dumb thing after dumb
This debate was like an hour and 45 minutes. So like these are like, this is the last quote I'm gonna pull. I pulled from a list of other things he said, but like I think this is another one. The whole thing. Okay, this is like someone else talking about it, but like this is that was the last quote, and I pulled something else, but like it was really amazing because like he came into this debate not literally having any point really. Going as someone who might have had like as like a rudimentary knowledge of things, and it's just like this crazy mess of like blacks commit more crimes than whites, and it's just like, and then him being like, yeah, but aren't they're more likely to be incarcerated for the same thing, taken out, like, and it's like none of that even matters. Like racism is gone in this world. Racism's gone. Finally, we've done it.
Racism is gone in this world where neo-Nazis are on the rise. I see.
It's like also like it's like only the Eastern countries have racism. All the Western countries, they are the good people. We also can't let in Mexicans because they'll dilute our gene pool is something he said too, which is like, what is going on? Or like, if you let them in, they won't assimilate quickly enough.
Because the people who say this shit are like so often those radical like men's rights activists.
Yeah, MRAs.
Yeah, MRAs who like can't get laid, so you're not gonna be spreading your seed anyway. Yeah. Like who the fuck is gonna let you in them?
Yeah, first of all, it's very true. B, like it's the stuff that like always annoys me. It's like they're not gonna assimilate quickly enough. I'm like, what is quickly? What is fast for them? How is to like what is your line? It's like one generation quicker. It's like no one's gonna assimilate in like one day. They're not gonna be like, I'm American, cool, that's it. Hot dogs, apple pie, or whatever people in America eat.
No, it's really funny because there are a lot of like immigrants who will come here and try really, really hard to assimilate, and then because my parents tried, they did a lot to make sure. I mean, I grew up in Canada, but it was sort of the same idea because we were in a relatively conservative area of Canada, and
and people think Canada's like some liberal haven. It's totally
don't
not.
even get me started.
No,
oh my God.
those people are fucking nuts.
Yeah, so they tried really hard to make sure that my brother and I grew up to be very, like, not Korean. So, like, you know, I can't speak Korean at all. I don't have, like, a great understanding of, like, Korean cultural norms, you know? And just, like, I don't know, like, it's just, you know, now I feel, like, really bad about it. But as a kid, I was like, no, I don't want to speak Korean. I don't want to be Korean. Whatever. I was such a brat about it, you know? But it's, like, so it's, like... But it's the white people, you know, it's the majority who are, like, forcing that on immigrants, you know?
Yeah.
And then they turn around and say, no, your immigrants aren't, you know, assimilating fast enough. And then, but then there's also, like, especially in, like, in the West, there's, like, a whole market for, like Eastern, like cosmetic goods and, like, clothing and just, like, cultural artifacts.
Yeah.
You know, if you, or and not even just immigrants, with, like, you know, like, Native Americans, there's a lot of, like, you know, like, quote-unquote Indian type, or, you know, tribal things associated with, like, music festivals, you know, and, like, a lot of, like, musical artists appropriate Black culture, you know, and continue to be completely anti-Black and racist and terrible. And then they're just like, oh, no, but Black people just aren't.
Yeah, we're gonna take all things that made you guys good, use it for white people, and get popular.
Yeah,
like,
and then they kill off all the people of color, so it's okay.
Like, it's such a fucking, like, mess to be like, and then, like, what about our culture? What about white people culture? and I still, like, as I try to be, like, it's okay to be proud of your culture. Like, I don't think it's inherently wrong, but it's, like, ever to be like, our culture is better, or my culture is superior, or I have to make my culture better than your culture to be how I feel. Like, you can't just fucking do that. Like,
I do feel, this might be a little controversial, but I do feel it's a little problematic. Problematic too.
So the problematic
to be proud of, like, American culture, when American culture is literally built off the backs of, like, you know, like, Native American genocide and, like the slavery.
I think it's, like,
of like,
proud to be like,
Africans,
we are
like,
we made a democracy when things were but, like, we also need to accept that, like, we built our nation on a foundation of lies, and, like, that is something we need to, like, accept.
Of course, I mean, there are, like, Americans who have, you know, because there are, like, African Americans who, like, made a lot of strides to, like, you know, help their people. There are a lot of, like, activists and, you know, people who, like, do help too, who do work to try to, like, help make life better for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But when you say American culture, a lot of that is, like, you know, red, white, and blue, founding fathers, etc., etc. When, you know, it's just really hypocritical, you know.
I think it's okay to be proud of your culture, but also to understand your culture.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud to be an American, which is always, like, a weird thing I think about saying, but, like, I also be like,
I've never been able to say that.
Like, I feel like I can, but also just, like, I understand, like, I want to make America better because it's so far from being what I want it to be, like what a vision should be.
I feel like nowadays, though, it's like, to be proud of, like, America is the opposite of wanting America to be better.
Yeah,
you know?
like, it's regressive. It's like, America needs to be great again. Like, it's like, and, like, we're not great, and we're not getting better with your policies or anything like that. We need to be better as, like, a country of understanding people. Like, I think the definitive term of, like, democracy is, like, is the rule of the people. So it's understanding everyone's differences and coming to an agreement through all of our differences. Like, all of our differences can make something special. Like, that's why we're a melting pot. That's why we're all this stuff. We should all be together as a person. But, like, it's never going to get that way, probably. I want it to be that way. I want it to all be a happy future.
I think rather than focusing on the end goal of, like, some sort of, like, post-racial melting pot utopia,
it's just to understand everyone's background. Like, there is no
it's
post-racial.
More the process. Yeah, exactly. It's more like understanding the process of, like, why we're at the place we are now and working to undo a lot of the injustices that have been done.
And, like, and for white people, it's to, like, really understand, like, there is a problem with, like, them thinking, like, if everyone's getting to where we are, we're going down to where they are. It's like, no, we're just making everyone else up to where I am. Now we're down to where they were. Mm-hmm. Like, we want them to be up with us. We want everyone to be, you know, equal, but, like, everyone understand why they were
literally,
this way.
I've seen, like, neo-Nazis be like, if you are a white person and you have babies with a non-white person, you are committing, like, white genocide.
Which is
and,
just
like, no! Do you know what sort of shit you white people have done to people of color?
Also, like,
to keep them from reproducing? No.
Here's a choice thing JonTron said. I just remember this. So we're talking about, like, and white people hate other white people the most back in the day. Like, they hated Irish people. And JonTron's like, no, Irish racism didn't exist back in the day. And, like, holy shit, they were immigrants coming in, and everyone fucking hated the Irish when they came in. My family's Irish. Like, you grew up knowing that, like, they were just... I mean, they were people, literally... I cannot say the things... I do not want to say the things on there. Literally just called, like, the N-word, but the out inside out or whatever. Yeah. It was the weirdest... It's just crazy.
The thing is with Irish people, a lot of it was, like, you know, they had to sort of align themselves with white people against, like, you know, like, against black people. And, like, you know, a lot of Chinese people were coming in at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. So then so it was basically a situation where it was like, okay, Irish people, you can be elevated to whiteness if you join us in our crusade against those Chinese, you know? So, now, like, there are a lot of, like, Irish people who are very, like, right-wing, very supportive of, like, Trump and his policies, which, is very hypocritical when you consider the history.
Oh, yeah. No, it's... people don't consider the history a lot, I think, is really what it is. People just don't think about, like, the history of, or the times of all this stuff, which
and
is...
it's like, and like, it's not, like, super recent, like a couple, like, not even, like, a couple centuries
I mean,
ago,
you just look at what JonTron said. Racism is dead. It hasn't even been a generation. It's been one generation, maybe, a little bit like past a generation, of when Jim Crow laws were allowed.
Yeah.
Like,
there are people who are still alive.
Who've been through Jim Crow laws. Like, they aren't dead. They are still here. Like, racism cannot have died that quickly. Things... ingrained social constructs through hundreds of years don't just disappear in 60 years. It just doesn't happen. I'm sorry. Like, you have to work on that constantly for years. And to even think that it's gone is just... it boggles my fucking mind, and I'm 20 and I don't even think I'm that smart, and even I understand that fucking shit. Like, I don't take any fucking liberal arts classes or do any of that fucking shit, even though I'm switched my major to liberal arts to history, which I guess says a lot about what I want to learn about in this day and age was history. But like, man, fucking Christ, this shit was it's so annoying, and I hate, and it scares me to think, like, if I have, like, younger family members, which I do, to be like, they're gonna watch this, and I don't want them to, like, I don't want them to watch this now. Like, I want them to very much think about what they're watching, or have their parents really look at what they're watching, because holy shit. Like, JonTron has, like, so much racist shit in the past. Like, he's already, this is, like, he didn't stumble into racism also. Like, he's had, like, a long history of, like, saying weird racist shit. This was just, like, full-blown, like, you're like, oh, this guy's probably very conservative racist kind of dude. And he just almost, like, full-face right into the muck of alt-rightness. Like, not alt-light, just pure alt-right genetic shit. Like, holy fuck. And you're like, I don't want anyone to watch. I don't like kids to watch. And when you say
alt-right, you mean neo-Nazis.
I mean, yeah, oh yeah,
I'm not gonna let them label themselves and be like, alt-right, no, they're neo-Nazis.
Yeah, no, I think the alt-right calls themselves the neo-Nazis call themselves alt-right. I'm trying to, like, make the distinction of people who call themselves alt-right who aren't neo-Nazis, they're alt-light. I'm trying to get all these fucking dictionary terms in my head of all these fucking... It's like, because then the conservatives took the term alt-right for themselves, but then the neo-Nazis who call themselves alt-right are like, no, you're not alt-right, you're alt-light. And I'm like, so there's neo-Nazis, and then hard conservatives.
I think that's fair, hard conservatives and neo-Nazis, but they still contribute to the same sorts of power structures.
Yeah, neo-Nazis, like, he fell face first into neo-Nazi, like, Stormfront and fucking garbage, which is just crazy to think that... This is, like, half Iranian, half Bulgarian?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's not white. Or he is white, or, like, I don't know what whiteness still means to this day in my head, because,
is he, where did he, like, grow up?
He grew up in America, so he's, like, and his parents before him were immigrants.
Okay.
Who came in, and he's American, he says.
Okay.
Which is, like, in this weird way, is, like, the most amazing thing about that is, like, you came in, and now you say you're an American. Like, that's what we should be pushing towards. People to come in, and then he's like...
No, see, because he's light-skinned, he gets to do that.
Yeah, fuck off. Which I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This goddamn country's a nightmare. And I have to, like, and I sift through it every day. And then, also speaking of nightmares, Mass Effect Andromeda's animations. But look at that segue, baby. Sign that one up for me. Mass Effect Andromeda's happening, which looks to be a bad video game, which I've pre-ordered and have already begun.
But Mass Effect, though.
So I like Mass Effect a lot. I love Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, even though there's, like, so many fucking problems with those games. I don't have the fingers and toes for them to, like, count off. But I like the series. I like the world. I think the world's fun.
You can do the dirty with the aliens.
Yeah, I could fuck an alien, which is something I want. But I couldn't fuck a robot. And this is the game I hope they change it with. But it looks to be not that way.
Oh my god. When will video games let us fuck robots?
I think there are already games that let you fuck the robot. I'm just saying. But, so this is a whole new studio, too. Like, this isn't BioWare, normal BioWare. Really? This is a whole new team. So this is like a brand new team. Like, they have not made a game like Mass Effect Andromeda before. They made, like, small, like, dance games, and, like, they made Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. They helped do that, but they never really made a Mass Effect game. This is what I'm learned about the studio. They're just called BioWare, but they're like trying to get but it's like BioWare Montreal, not BioWare Austin or whatever, the people who actually worked on it. So, but
makes sense.
Lead facial animator is a woman, and so the animations in this game don't look good. So you have the GamerGate people come out, and guess what happens? Harassment of 100 tweets already. Like,
oh, man.
It started again, and it's all fucking Christ. It just keeps happening. Like, Like the thing is, like, I wouldn't get mad. Like, the thing about Mass Effect, like, I want to be like, these aren't even Mass Effect fans that I would call, because, like, they fucked up the whole point of understanding what's the problem. It's
I
not.
don't understand the rage that comes with this, just because like a lot of like video games with like realistic like 3D graphics, there is like some level of like uncanny valley that's just unavoidable.
Well, I think this is like worse than normal. I don't think. I think the weird thing is, like, how I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. I think Mass Effect 1, they have the same weird facial models for Mass Effect and Andromeda. They both look weird. But Mass Effect Andromeda is looser than like it should be.
I saw some of the box cycles and you do some sort of weird,
like they're very loose walking, like some marionette with their strings cut, and the physics are just all over the place. Where Mass Effect normal is very stiff. They like walk like this, they dance like their elbows are locked in all places.
So they just went to the other extreme. Eventually they're gonna, find like an easy middle,
Yeah, I think.
Plus, this is like a less experienced studio. I feel like a little bit of that is inevitable.
So that's the thing.
Plus, how long is the game from launch?
Tuesday. It's coming out Tuesday.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it's coming out next Tuesday. So that'd be 2 days. We have 2 days. That'd be the 21st. It comes out. So this game's coming out. Like, the thing is, why those people got all this footage? We need to turn it down. Someone just came in here and was like, "You need to shut up," and I was like, "That's fair." We got real heated over JonTron. Someone, so you can play like a week early if you have like EA Origin Special Access thing, so you can play like the first 10 hours or something of it, and that's what people got all this footage from.
Okay.
Like
I was wondering about
this is in-depth the release game. We're looking at, they have a big day one patch, but it's probably going to be pretty small in comparison to everything else. Like, it's not going to fix this, they said it's not going to fix the facial animation problems or just the animation problems in general. It might fix just gameplay issues. So it's looking like this is just going to be the game, but like, I think the fucking shit that really pisses me off is like, I want to be mad at this new studio. I'd be mad at EA for not like picking a more veteran studio for this, or giving them more time, or giving them more senior work people to help them understand. Because like, this is a new team for this. These are people who like, when they got hired, were like fans of Mass Effect, not people who made Mass Effect. People who made Mass Effect are all gone now. So like, it's just a new team making a new game. So my hope is, if I want to be positive, which I try to be, even though I'm very cynical at all times, is like this, or critical, is like, this is a first outing for the studio. Maybe if they get made for Andromeda 2, they'll make the sequel better. Like, Mass Effect 1, the original, is not a great game either. Mass Effect 2 was a great game. So like, that's kind of the hope. And that's kind of what I expected from this game, so that's what I'm kind of getting for it. But I think people shouldn't harass people. Wow, I'm going to take a huge stance here and go, hey, don't harass people.
That's un-American.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You?
I know, right? In this day and age, how could you? And that's where all the news this week has. It's been pretty lightish lately. The JonTron stuff was heavy, but it was a heavy small thing of just being like, don't be a fucking racist. Like, God.
Don't be racist. Which you would think would be a very uncontroversial statement to make in this day and age, but nah.
I think the worst part is, like, we have so many people throwing around the word racist now that we have, like, it's like diluted the word. We're like, JonTron's a racist, and you have all the people who like already so self-involved in themselves that they're like, he's not racist. They're just saying the word racist again. And like, I don't know whose fault that is, other than like.
I mean, to be fair, racism is like it's like a wide.
Yeah, it's a wide branching word.
It literally permeates all of American society.
Yeah,
so.
And I think I think it's a useful word to use a lot, because like, holy shit, there's so much racist shit in this goddamn world. But like, there's like no one. It's like we built up all these fucking walls now. Everyone's so against each other, which is like, I think it's okay to be against people who are like, I believe black shouldn't vote, and you're like, yeah, I think it's okay to build a wall around him and let him starve to death, because like, he shouldn't live anymore. But like, man, I just don't know what the fuck to do with like what that was. Like, holy fuck, like, man, he's like a millionaire. That dude's a millionaire.
I mean, all that we can do really is, there has been a lot of public outcry about this sort of thing, which is good. We the important thing I think is to just not normalize this sort of thing. Yeah. Because we need to, the phrase "make racists afraid again," because like, this isn't coming out of nowhere. Like, this has been there. It's just like recent culture has just made it easier to bring it to the forefront. So I think, I don't think this is necessarily like, oh no, this is the last throes of civilization or whatever. This is just, like. Not that, like, this is racism's last big bang and now they're going to go away. But, like, I think this is, I feel like it is this is, like, very reactionary to how, how much more educated people have gotten about, like, racism and, like, like, prejudice and, like, social inequality. Yeah. So, I think if we just continue to make it known that this sort of behavior is, like, unacceptable, it'll just help, like, make sure that, like, this sort of thing doesn't, like, continue in this direction. Yeah. But I do think we are in for, like, a few years of just constant this So you know, a lot of people aren't gonna come out of that unscathed. So it's also important to like protect your friends.
Yeah, I think like a lot like this is like the biggest.
Because like we talked about race, but there's also things like you like your queer friends. You need to protect your queer friends, especially like your queer friends of color.
Yeah, definitely, which are usually overlooked by other like LGBT white people a lot. Someone who
especially if they're like handicapped or mentally ill. Like,
definitely, yeah. No, someone who worked, was the vice president of the LGBT club in my old school was just like you had to deal. That shit was crazy. We had a very hard Christian group in our school. Who just fucking hated us, and we did literally nothing.
How dare you exist and be weird?
It was a literal existence thing. Oh man, Texas, am I right? Oh boy. So now we can just take a deep breath and talk about Breath of the Wild because holy shit, that game came out and
I played that for about 30 minutes, and that was all I could manage because I was like sick out of my mind. But it was beautiful.
If you couldn't tell, coughing has not been me.
No, I'm just hacking up a lung here.
Yeah, just a lung. Well, it's just one lung. Like we said, you can live without. If one lung comes out, it's still working.
I'm working on number 2.
Yeah, someone's gotta. If we can't try to have 2 hacked up lungs by the end of this podcast, I just don't think we're doing it right. But Breath of the Wild came out. I beat it. I finished the main quest line and then got the star, which was like you.
Do you get to fuck the shark boy?
You don't get to fuck the shark boy.
Man,
the shark boy doesn't even like you. Shark boy doesn't even, like he likes you as a friend, but he's just a friend.
What a disappointment.
There's so much about that game that I would call a disappointment that I played it, but
really?
I like it, but like
I've actually never played a Zelda game before, so I didn't really have any like expectations going in.
Gotcha.
So I mean, a lot of times when I go into a game, I'll just see, it looks pretty. I'll play it, and then it looks pretty in game, and my expectations are satisfied. So that was my experience with Breath of the Wild.
So interesting enough, this is probably my favorite Zelda games. I don't like Zelda games so much, and I've played every single Zelda game.
I feel like that is blasphemy, especially as a person who plays a lot of video games.
Yeah, people don't like people who don't like Zelda. I like Link to the Past. I like the really good Zelda games, which is not Ocarina of Time.
I learned recently though that the story behind Legend of Zelda is actually very complicated. There's like time travel and stuff, and I was like, this isn't an invitation for you to explain everything. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not. I'm saying this. The storyline of Zelda, it seems complicated, is because it was them making a bunch of games and going, how we need to make a book tying it all together. It's literally what happened.
Okay. So it was like done after the fact.
So like each one is truly by itself a standalone thing.
Okay.
They really don't have a story timeline unless it's like Phantom Hourglass or like there's like one was like Wind Waker's sequel. Like there's a very explicit like you're on a boat again, Zelda. Link, do the Link boat thing. And you're like, got it, Captain. But there's usually never like an actual overarching story. Like Breath of the Wild, I think could maybe take place in a timeline, but like I don't care enough to even try.
Okay.
I think they have a complicated lore, not a storyline. Maybe it might be the themes. Their stories are just like, hey, Zelda's stuck in a castle and Ganon's there, go get him, and like that's a story in every single game. It's not. This Breath of the Wild didn't even try to throw it out and be unique. It was just like, fuck it.
What exactly is the story
in Breath of the Wild?
Because I only played for 30 minutes, but I didn't get much of a sense of it. You've been asleep for 100 years.
Yeah, so you've been
asleep
for 100 years. You wake up.
There's an old man who won't get you his goddamn paraglider.
So what it is, you've been asleep for 100 years. You've lost your battle against Ganon the first time. It seems like. And then, so Zelda locks herself away in the castle to seal Ganon, and even 100 years, she's just holding him back with her power, apparently.
How come no one's, died?
People have died.
No, but, you.
Because you put in, a reconstruction chamber. That's why you have no memories anymore. It's you went through all that, now you have no memories. You're like, oh, I lost my memories after I got, literally remade because I died. And Zelda locked herself in there. Everyone who went to fight with you was dead, too. So, all your old comrades are dead, and are spirits you can talk to now, but they're all dead. And you're like, I gotta go beat up Ganon, and that's the story.
Okay.
It doesn't get much more in depth or complicated. There's some few background lore stuff you can find that's optional.
So what's the deal with the Shark Boy?
The Shark Boy's just
I see him everywhere.
Everyone really likes Shark Boy, but he's just like, hey, so there's 4 divine beasts that are there to help you fight Ganon.
He's a divine beast?
No. They're big. They're walking machines.
I was hoping you get to
it's like a big elephant.
Fuck him, and then you can say, can we curse on this?
Yeah, I've already cursed before.
You can say that you fucked God. I don't pay attention.
No, this is totally fine to curse on. I do not care, at least. And neither does Joe. We don't fucking curse all the time. Divine beasts are big mechanical robots, like a big mechanical camel, a big mechanical elephant.
A camel, okay.
Camel, elephant, bird,
what kind
salamander.
Of bird? Are we talking like
eagle thing?
Okay.
A hawk, maybe?
Like a canary?
No, like a hawk.
Like pigeon.
If it was a pigeon, I'd be way more into this game. Like, it was just some weird, dumb animals. It's like elephant, camel, hawk.
Or like a hummingbird, an ostrich maybe. They're
I told
fucking
you.
terrifying.
Ostriches are not that terrifying
They're
because
pretty
they live in Australia and I live in America, so they can't even get to me. So
I mean,
like, I'm not scared.
where is like Hyrule supposed to be like? Is it based off of like
Not
an
based
actual
off of any
continent?
continent or anything. It's its own little
Okay.
land world thing. There's no outer world. That's all there is Hyrule, nothing else.
Okay.
It's just big seas around you. And you're trying to stop Ganon, get the Master Sword, get your shield, go hit him with a sword a few times, he dies, and you win the game. That is the story. Yeah, and there's no like big story to it. I think, and it's not disappointing really. It's like when someone's like, "What do you think they're gonna do with the story?" I was like, "Dog, there's gonna be Ganon. You're gonna find him. Like, that's gonna be the story again." And then
Okay, but is Ganon like old Ganon or is it young hot
so
Ganon?
this is the worst part. He is like big slimy gloop Ganon.
Oh,
like he's like has like
no.
4 arms, looks kind of like a spider. And he just kind of goes like he doesn't talk to you at all. There's no talking with him or anything. There's no fun part to it. It's just like you're gonna fight Ganon.
Okay.
So
Why
that's
is
kinda
he all
disappointing.
gloopy?
I don't. He's called Calamity Ganon, which is a bad name. I think. I think it sounds like a dumb.
I don't hate it.
I don't like it because it sounds like he's an old Western villain. And
Exactly.
but he doesn't look like an old Western villain. Like I'd be so okay with a Western styled Zelda game.
That would be fun, actually. Yeah, give Link a gun.
Yeah, you just give Link a gun and a motorcycle, and
That would be great.
What
Wait,
was-
what happens to Zelda?
so she's stuck in the castle for 100 years.
I know, but like, does she, after you defeat Ganon, does she come back and she's like, cool, yeah,
I can't
I'm
spoil.
gonna go
I can't spoil
like,
the whole game for you.
I'm okay.
Look,
fine.
there's something that I just won't spoil. I gave a lot away, but I'm not giving away everything.
Okay.
But you gotta fight
But
Ganon.
she's there though.
She's there, yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
you hear her talk at the beginning of the game. She's like,
So that is my
Link,
okay.
wake up.
My question. So I noticed that like this is like the first. Is this the first Zelda game to be voiced?
Yes.
Okay, so like why is she British? That was
I
my
don't know.
question.
Also, the voice acting's bad. Like that, she does bad voice acting. Every character does bad voice acting for the whole game. There's no one who's good. There's like a few people who are like decent, but no one's like everyone who's decent is shoulders above the people who are bad. Because the people who are bad are like, holy fuck, shut up, stop talking. This is bad voice acting. Where it actually made me not like the story more than I think I probably should have. Because it's almost ear-gratingly bad. Like
Okay.
it's just like, and also it sounds like if I can do this with the podcast real quick, I might try it out and see if I can do this. They'd be like talking like they're here, and they're talking like they're over here, and they're like leaning back and forth, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
They're trying to use some sort of weird like binaural ASMR shit.
Yeah, some weird and like girl talks like this. Link, I love you. It's just like, and you're like, what is going
But
on?
why is she British? She's not British.
So that's the
right?
Zelda. And there's like the fish lady. I guess they're British. Who care?
I
So
care.
a lot of like I think
Why so much high fantasy? Like high fantasy elves are all British. Like why?
because they're all fancy people, and we all
But-
think British people are fancy in America.
But
The
like
same with China,
but
I guess.
why?
I don't know.
Like
Maybe
this is
Imperial-
completely unrelated, but in the new Voltron series produced by DreamWorks on
Mhm.
Netflix, like what is her name? Allura. She's British, but like she's an alien. Why is she British?
Well, that's just the accent, you know.
But like why?
I don't know.
Why she gotta be British?
Is she high class? Does she act all fancy?
She's a princess, I
Yeah,
guess.
and
But
she-
there are
and she's-
princesses, and why can't she have like a Bulgarian accent or something?
Because she's
Like-
British. Because imperialism took over the world. and,
Okay,
and
fine. I will accept that. Fine.
imperialism is this bad thing, and because of imperialism, like everyone thinks British were higher folk. I don't know. Like I think that's probably somewhere along that line. But
Oh man, but like, come on.
That sounds exotic and-
it's 2017. Like, we can do more than like British equals high class.
I guess you're right. We could do more. They
Jeez.
didn't do more.
Jeez, I'm so disappointed.
In Xenoblade Chronicles, everyone has a British accent. Everyone's voiced by British people there, but everyone
Well-
is, so it's all low class and upper class people are British in that series.
Well,
It's great.
where's Xenoblade at?
It's fucking space, Earth.
I guess it's all right if there's like different like accents, just because it's always like the posh London accent, you know?
Yeah,
And
it's always
like,
it's a bunch of well they're like fucking like, oh Brian, let's get in there, and you're like, oh hell yeah, this is my kind of British accent, like you don't know what like the weird one, and you're like, yeah, all the weird ones, nailing it with my good tonal sensitivity. I don't know. But Breath of the Wild has like really big problems that annoy me, and
it's
the
pretty, and that's all I care about.
It's super nice looking. Too bad when you get into a town, the frame rate just dumps
man.
itself to like 15 frames and 10 frames sometimes. Never runs at a steady 30 in a town, and I can't handle that.
Frame rate never like bothered me.
It bothers me when it goes below 30, I think. Because like 30, I'm good. 60, I'm fine. And then like when it hits below it though, where you're having trouble moving the camera because it's like chugging a lot, when you're like, and it's not like for a little bit, it's just staying that way, and you're like, okay, I need to get out of here. And so like I would leave towns early and not do the quest there. That would be cool because I wanted to leave because like the frame rate was bad. I think the music isn't in the game. It's like you'll like be flying, go like boo doo, and that's it. That's all the musical frames you get. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like,
they're going for like minimalism.
Very minimalist. I'm okay with it sometimes. Sometimes it's just like you're like okay, it's like do, and I'm like, okay, cool, we're gonna get into like a little nice flourish, and then it can end, but just like da da, and then it cuts, and you're like, okay, like I am still flying in the air and nothing's happening. Give me a little more. Give me a little something because like
maybe they want you to make your own music.
I'll put on I'm gonna put on some awesome rap music because that's all that's on my phone right now.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
that'd be great, but that doesn't fit the tone.
I mean, why not? Says who? Who says high fantasy and hip hop or rap can't go together?
I think they can, like in certain contexts. Like we all learned through Persona 3, rap goes with JRPGs pretty easily. But like when I'm flying through the air in a paraglider and I want that relaxing music, I don't want Pusha Man coming on by Chance the Rapper.
Relaxing rap.
You can. But like there's a difference between like relaxing piano sonnets of like you're in the wild, a piano sonnet comes in.
I think you just haven't heard the right rap for that.
Maybe I haven't heard like maybe I should put on like some Nujabes in and like let that flow go. That'd be good.
Yes.
But I don't got Nujabes on my phone right now. I have Sign and Chance the Rapper and Kendrick Lamar. Look. Sometimes I got feathered by I think Nujabes on my phone. That's it. I need to work on that. Look. I'm always trying to find new music. You know me, and like I already listen to Nujabes, so I just keep going.
In this moment.
That's fine. Everyone. That's what this podcast is. It's a judgment zone, not a judge-free zone. So it's Breath of the Wild. Music I think needs some work. Frame rate's garbage. Voice acting is also garbo.
But it's pretty.
That game looks great, and like in some areas looks fantastic. I mean, like if you get close to some things, those edges look a little jagged. So you don't look that great, but that's open world problems in general. I think it looks fine overall, standing quality. I think the Korok seed puzzles suck, but like, what do you expect for 300 seed puzzles where it's like there's an apple in a basket, there's not an apple in the other basket. What do you do? And I'm like, I'll put an apple in the basket. It's like, great job, puzzle solved. Here's a Korok seed. And I'm like, well, go me. And then there's like 25 more of that same puzzle out in the world.
I mean,
like, cool.
Maybe there's an expectation that there will be a lot of young players playing this. So,
no.
6.
So there's a difference because when you go to the actual shrine puzzles, those can be challenging. Like those can be interesting and weird, except for the motion controlled ones, which suck and are awful and should never put in the game. The ones that aren't the motion control ones, which are like you saw in the puzzles, can be like really fun, really quick, and then get the treasure chest on like the treasure chest, which is like the harder part of the puzzles. Get the treasure chest. Those can be fun and like quick and easy and simple, or like challenging. And like one time, I realized the puzzle was in front of my eyes and I couldn't see it, and then my friend would walk over and go, "Just count them, you fucking idiot!" And I was like, "I'm an actual idiot." So like that's fun to me, but like some of the stuff was just like
they just wanted to up the puzzle count.
They wanted to up the puzzle count. Yeah, they're like, and like the Korok seed stuff is like. You need to use that in the game to make it more fun. It's like you have I have five weapon slots. If you get Korok seeds, you can upgrade your weapon slots to have like 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Like I can carry 10 swords now. It's a way better than carrying 5 swords because holy shit, the fucking weapon breaking can get on my nerves pretty easy at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I only played it for like 30 minutes and I had like 3 weapons break. And that was...
I mean, I like the weapon breaking system. I don't like the Korok seed puzzle system. I think those like counteract each other in a bad way. But like I like the part where like I can smack it in me, my weapon breaks, he drops his weapon, I pick it up and throw it at him and kill him. I'm like, that's dope, that's cool, all that was fun. I don't like the part where I'm like, put an apple in a basket, now go find the dude who has the Korok seed inventory who moves around in areas.
I'm sure there is a person out there who finds that sort of thing very relaxing.
I mean, sure, I hope they love it because I don't, because I think it's bad.
Well, yeah, because that sort of puzzle is for them and not you.
Yeah, and so I'm going to give my opinion on my goddamn podcast, motherfucker. That I don't think that puzzle system is good. Or fun, or challenging, or interesting, or any word that would revolve it being good. But like,
it's repetitive, and that's something.
That's what I want. I want my games to be repetitive and boring, baby. Give it to me hard. Give me that Call of Duty. Like, no, I don't want it. Even though I like Call of Duty.
Oh man.
And look at me.
There's that for you to just drop.
But the coolest thing about that game, it's hard to describe, is just how good that open world is. Like, it is. Just amazing. Like,
I'm actually not that big of a fan of open world games.
Neither am I. I don't like open world. I'll like openly say there's very few that are good. This is one of the good ones, and like there have been actually a few good ones that have come out lately, which is surprising. Like Horizon Zero Dawn came out, and that was really good. This is not. I don't know how to compare those two. They're very different games in style and substance. This game just has like the best open world. Horizon Zero Dawn has a great story, great gameplay. Its open world is bland. Like I don't need it. But like, man, this game, the only thing that's good about Zelda, and it's why it's so good, is that fucking open world is just fucking astounding. Like, I was flying on a hang glider, turn on my left, and there's a fucking dragon going down over like a waterfall, and I'm like, I'm gonna go find that. I'm gonna go fuck up that dragon.
No, can you fuck the dragon? I said.
You can't fuck the dragon. You can fuck up the.
God!
Look, Zelda's,
so
first of all, I think Link is like 14, so let's pull back on him fucking things because we're into some
no,
strange.
he's like 100 years old.
He's 100 years old in reconstructed terms, but like he's still like a 14-year-old kid.
Oh man, never mind. All right.
Like I don't want, I don't want Benjamin Button like happening to him. I don't want Benjamin Button disease like that shit. Like I don't think that. I don't even want to get into that kind of style of thinking. But I shot it with an arrow and it scales. I got it scaled and I gave it to I gave it to a goddess, and the goddess gave me like a heartstone. And I was like, this is all fun things I can do in this world. Like it's not told you, or it's supposed to be like you need to go do this, which was Link's and Zelda's Link's problems. Zelda's Legend of Zelda's problems all along was like
Link's just like a baby. I'm sorry, I just processed. He's like 14. He's a baby.
He's like 15 or 16.
The internet is terrible. I assumed he was an adult.
No, dog. So like Link's never been an adult in any of his games.
Really?
So I'm not gonna say he's an adult now.
Really? I always assumed.
Like he looks the same as the other Links in the other games, and those are like 16 or 14-year-olds. Like they aren't adults.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I always assumed
That's
he
why.
was an adult.
That's like a problem with all that stuff.
Oh
and that's
my
why
God.
that's problematic.
I did not. I literally thought he was like a grown up.
No, he's not.
Man.
Really, like no one's a grown up in that game unless they're explicitly told they're a grown up. It's like what I've learned, I think, through that series.
My God.
Yeah. Like Zelda ain't a grown up.
Where are his parents?
Dead.
Where's his chaperone?
Everyone died. Remember?
He needs a chaperone. Where's his fucking babysitter?
They all died. Calamity Ganon came through town with his 6-shooters, shot everyone up, and left.
He needs to find himself some fucking adult supervision.
He does. It's the old man.
Does the old man actually like babysit him? Does he follow you everywhere? No, don't touch that. He's letting you fight goblins and shit.
Yeah, like all right. So like that's just like you live in the wilderness. You know how to let's say you live out in the wilderness. You know how to use a gun to shoot wolves. You need to know how to use a sword. You can fight goblins. They're everywhere, so you gotta know how to fight them.
How about you dig yourself a hole and just live in the hole and avoid goblins? He's a baby. What's he doing? Saving the world? Go get a goddamn adult.
He's a chosen one. You can't stop it. You can't stop.
You can't wait a few years.
This is what God chose. Like I'm not.
God is terrible.
Me and you aren't disagreeing here on anything. I'm just saying this. If God came to you and you had it and you have to
Why
go fight.
Why are so many chosen ones like little kids?
Because they're pure. As I believe the actual reason. They're pure. They're like untouched by the corruption of the world around them.
Okay, but they're babies.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Like, wouldn't it be interesting to like the chosen would be like a 40-year-old? Like,
why not?
I'm saying that would be interesting.
That would be so.
But that's
great.
not the Legend of Zelda.
That's please give me a 40-year-old Link.
It's the Legend of Hank. Like Hank's all right.
Give me the fucking Legend of Zelda where he's fucking 60 and like about to retire. Like please.
Why can't you ever just be happy with how the Breath of the Wild is now? What if I really like how Link is? Why are you stamping on my?
Because he's a baby and he shouldn't be. Why is he outside? He should be on.
Are you saying 14-year-olds can't go outside now?
No. What is it? Do you remember what sort of decisions you made when you were 14? 14-year-olds should not be allowed outside without supervision.
I think I would have got a soda when I was like that was like my big thing is like, I'm gonna go to the gas station and get a soda.
Yeah, you were now fucking saving the world and killing like gloopy Gandalf.
What's the difference between walking a mile to the gas station at 11 p.m. and then also taking a sword out?
That is actually really dangerous. You would do that at 11 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Wait, where did you grow up?
Like the suburbs.
Is that safer?
Houston,
I have no idea.
Northern Houston area. The Woodlands is what they call it. It's pretty Pompey rich area. It's not. Yeah. It's super not safe, by the way. I just knew where to hide and where to go, where I wouldn't get cops. I knew the area really well. But like it'd be like when I was like 15.
Yeah,
like,
don't go out that late.
I won't let my kids do that. But
in Houston, anywhere, honestly.
Yeah. But then I got a car and that changed everything. I can just do it in a car.
Even in a car, I'd be a little.
Oh, it's like in a car. I feel like I'm totally safe unless I'm gonna get hit by another car. Like I'm not scared of someone else trying to hurt me because I can just drive and they can't catch me because they're not Usain Bolt.
I mean, I guess.
And I can hit them with a car. I can do like a cool wheelie, like.
Or you could get shot through the windshield.
Not if I duck. Ultimate defense. So, Breath of the Wild, pretty good. I really like it. Link should be older. There you go. That's what we come to the decision on. Yeah. I also played a lot of XCOM 2, so more. I took off a long war mod, which from previous episodes, some people know what I'm talking about, but I've been playing XCOM 2. I started making everyone I knew.
Is XCOM about aliens?
XCOM's about aliens.
Okay.
So you're like humans fighting aliens.
You get to fuck an alien.
No. You get to fuck up an alien, but that is the only way. You get
I'm
literal,
not interested unless
you get a literal dagger to shove into an alien skull.
I just want to switch some hot alien ladies.
Mass Effect Andromeda is the game for you, buddy. I'm pretty sure if you pick the female gender and I think it's female gender and you pick and you're bi, you have the most romanceable options in this game. And my friend said if you're straight and a male, you get one romance option, which I sort of kind of which they've been doing for a while now.
I love that.
They've been doing that. They did that for Dragon Age Inquisition, which is one of my favorite Bioware games of all time, which I really like because you can fuck Iron Bull, and if you're not going to fuck the Iron Bull, what are you doing? Because he's the best character in any fucking game ever. But yes, we can do. But I played XCOM 2, where you can shove a literal knife hacking. You know, like shove a knife into someone and can hack their brain. Is what you can do in that game. I figured out.
Like an actual knife.
Skulljack is like what it's called.
Okay.
It's just like
is their skull a computer? Are they a computer?
I don't know. But when I killed one, they became a computer program in the real world that I had to fight.
Wow.
And then I made people I knew, so I have you in the game, I have me in the game, my friend Tara, so I just started like people I know, and then like give them nicknames. So that was fun. And so you became a sniper, and you're still the best person I probably have. The snipers are so strong in that game, apparently, that you can just be like, I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to shoot again, and then I'm going to shoot for a third time. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Why not?
And then me, I have like a little drone, and I send it to a robot and blow it up. I'm like, this game's all right. It's pretty
fun.
It's pretty
Is it
difficult.
a multiplayer game?
No, single player only.
Okay.
I think it's cheap right now, but I'm not sure. But there's the first one, the second one. Second one's I've heard is worse than the first one, which I'd agree with. Through just like some small retinid thing, but like it's pretty fun. You put it on easy, and it's still challenging. I'm playing on easy right now just because like I want to take a break from games I've been playing and be like I want to just do a game where I can kind of play quickly and have a good time.
The thing is, I only ever play games for like story and art. So
yeah, so this game's like pure gameplay one, like where it's like hey you're pretty much doing system management and then you're fighting a war and then you're back then it's just those two only.
If there was like also you can romance an alien.
No, there's no romance.
If there was something like that,
you're doing the war.
But that'd be cool, or some other like story thing.
Mass Effect Andromeda is around the corner. It's coming. It's right here Tuesday.
Games are so expensive though.
They're $60. That game's $60 hard. Have you played the original Mass Effects?
No,
Play the original Mass Effects.
I like have them on Steam and I need to play them. I don't know why I haven't.
That's a game where you are literally through achievements are told to go fuck the aliens, metaphysically and physically.
Yeah, I need to.
You should play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Those are games where you can fuck the alien.
I have so many games that I just haven't
And then through 2 and 3, stay in a stable romances. You can stay in a stable relationship with the people you fuck through the whole series.
Oh my god, that's so amazing.
And then the third one, they'll be like, oh, I can't believe we stayed the whole way together. And like it was also really cool. Like I like in one, I think my friend did this. He romanced one person, and then in the second game, that person isn't in the game anymore. They come there, so they kind of left you. So he romanced someone else. Then stay with that person in the third game, and he talked to that person from the first game who came back in the third game, and it's like, and like they're still friends. And they kind of have like this talk of like, man, we've been through a lot, haven't we? And they have like that talk at the end of the game, and he's like, it's one of the most interesting talks I've had in games in a while. Like a very small. Like I like 3. I like 3 gets a lot of shit. 3 gets a lot of right too. So yeah, the ending's bad, but Mass Effect's story has always been bad. It's just the character stuff's good, but the story stuff is bad. It's all garbage. That's really all I've had to talk about. Anything you've been playing other than Breath of the Wild for 30 minutes?
Man, I've been playing a lot of mobile games.
Well, what you playing?
I've been sick all of spring break, so all I did was lie in bed and watch the Great British Baking Show.
Which is like
Which is like the best.
That's a fair thing to do.
Which is the best like cooking competition.
See, I do that when I'm not sick because I like cooking shows.
I didn't start watching it until I was sick, just because I was like, I guess I may as well watch it, and
it's so good.
It is amazing.
The Great British Bake Off is great.
Mobile games that I've been playing. Mostly I'm just playing Yokai Watch Wibble Wobble.
Okay.
Which is like
I almost wore my Yokai Watch shirt today, but then I wore this instead.
You weeb.
I got it for free when I went to GameStop. It's a long shirt, so I can wear it without wearing a sweatshirt and feel comfortable.
Man, I'm a little jealous.
It's a good shirt. It just has Whisper in front and just goes Whisper at the bottom, and then on the back it's a picture of Whisper again. It's pretty
There's
good.
an event going on right now, and I really want there's like Jivanyan, the main like cat character.
Jivanyan?
Whatever. The emphasis doesn't really matter.
Like how you got it wrong and got mad at me for
No, like in Japanese you put equal emphasis on every syllable. So like jibanyan is like technically the correct way, but like in like American English you generally put emphasis on like the second syllable of like a 3-syllable word, right?
Gotcha.
But so you do that, but it's not technically like.
Okay, whatever.
It doesn't really matter.
He's a cat with 2 tails.
Yes, and I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
There's like a D rank of him, and if you combine him with the A rank of him, you can get an S rank, and I love him so much.
S rank cat.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of S ranks already, but I want S rank jibanyan, so I'm trying to get him, but I don't know if I'm going to.
How hard do you think it would be to get him? Like, is it pretty easy, or is it like this is gonna take a lot of grinding? Or
it takes a lot of grinding, because there's some like ranking prizes you get, and others that just depending on how many they're like yo cakes or whatever. They're like little cupcake type things you have to collect by like beating monsters. So like if you get like it's like 210,000 of those or something like that, and like a third of the way. So
crack at it, I guess. Continue plugging away and getting those things for the thing to get the S rank.
It's a cute game and I really like it. I actually sort of like the mechanics better than the like 3DS Yokai Watch game, just because
I have the 3DS and I don't like that game that much at all.
I got through like the first like part of it. I think the actual story part was just starting because there's some weird mystery dude you're supposed to be following.
Yeah.
That's about where I am. But I just like the mechanics for the mobile game better because I feel like it fits like the like touchscreen better than like the mechanics for the 3DS game like fits like the 3DS like screen.
Yeah, so. I didn't like that Yokai Watch that much. My roommates really love it. They got the sequel, which came out like a year ago now.
Yeah, so I may or may not eventually finish that, but the mobile game is a good game and you should get it.
Okay, I'll think about it. And with that, I think we're gonna call it a day here. So, bye.
Bye, I guess. See ya. Good.
I was doing so good. Been a long time since I felt this way. But you cracked that shell. Only time will tell, so I'll wash my hands of it. That mess of presence makes me nervous, and I don't deserve this. What could I do? You didn't ask for this, so I'll wash my hands of it. I was doing so good.